Hey Chef, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to water a Phalaenopsis orchid. I have two plants, they have different flower colors, and this one has bloomed again for me. I am by no means an expert, quite the opposite actually. I am still new to orchids, but I'm just going to share some of the things that I've noticed when these plants need to be watered and how I water them, and just some basic care tips, and hopefully it can help you with your orchids. I have my plants in a really chunky orchid bark mix, and the reason for that is these orchids don't naturally grow or put their roots in soil. It's usually too dense. They like to be out in the open, and they'll actually latch on to other plants like trees, and they'll obtain nutrients and moisture through these big, thick, chunky roots. They need a lot of airflow, and they don't like to stay wet for very long, so I have mine in two different types of pots, one in terracotta and the other one here in this plastic orchid pot. The first thing that I look for is wrinkles. You can see it looks a little bit dehydrated, so definitely this needs to be watered, as well as the orchid bark itself is really dry and the weight of the pot is pretty light. And same with this one, it's super light. You can see the roots are a little bit wrinkly there as well. The second thing that I look for is, I don't know if you can see it right here, but these orchid roots are usually, or they're supposed to be, a bright green color when they are in need of water. They're almost like a silvery blue. And I'll show you here in a second. When you add water to them, they actually brighten up really, really fast. I'm just gonna show this quick here. I have my little spray bottle, and when you put water on these dehydrated roots, you'll see how quickly they green up. It's almost instantaneously. So those silver roots are now green. You can see the difference between the two. So this definitely needs some water. So I'm gonna start with the one that's flowering here first. So I just grab a small little Tupperware container. I place the plant in the Tupperware, and then I simply just add water into the pot. I don't know if you can see it or not, but those silvery roots are now turning more green. Turn it around this way a little bit more. Just gonna hold that up. It's falling over a little bit. And I also forgot to mention that sometimes these leaves, like this one here, they get a little bit droopy and they feel flimsy. So that's another good telltale sign that this needs to be watered. So I'm just watering the orchid bark. And I don't know if you can see or not, but the roots are now turning that brighter green. And I will let it drip into the Tupperware. So I'll keep adding water until it reaches the top of this orchid pot. And then I'll let it sit there for probably around 10 minutes or so. And then I'll let it drip dry. And that should be sufficient enough for the roots to soak up the moisture that it needs. Sometimes it falls over, but it looks okay right now. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this pot, and then, like I said, just let it sit there for probably 10-15 minutes. After you're done soaking it, just take it out of the water, let it drip dry, and then just place it back in its saucer, and that will be enough water for that orchid. Now, I'm actually going to reuse this water, as there's nothing wrong with it. There's no bugs or insects or anything like that, and I'll show you. So this is the fertilizer that I use for my orchids. It's Schultz brand. It's specifically formulated for orchids. Just follow the directions on the bottle. Normally, I would add it into a watering can like this. So it's like, I think it says 7 drops per 1 liter. What does it say? It says 7 drops per liter of lukewarm water. But this is probably about a can and a half, so 1.5 liters. What I'm actually going to do is just so I can reuse this water. There might be different methods or opinions out there, but I'm going to add the fertilizer to this water, and I'm going to let the non-flowering orchid sit in this water for a little bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give it 8 drops for a little extra measure. There's a little bit more water in there. And then I'll do the same thing with this one. Just place it right in the water. It's gonna come up to the top, that's okay. It's a little bit of a bigger pot, but I'm just gonna do the same thing. Terracotta is good at absorbing moisture as well, so it's gonna wick that water up, as well as the orchid bark through the bottom of the pot. The only time I ever spray the leaves is if they're super dusty and they need to be cleaned off, but you can just take a damp cloth. But you don't want to put water on the leaves, as this can lead to like a fungal or bacteria infection on the leaves. But otherwise, this is all I do. Just let it sit in the water here. You can spray the roots off as well. So the roots, you can see, are green. They actually photosynthesize as well. So I have mine in a bright sunny window. Both of these are currently in an east-facing window. So they get lots of morning direct sunlight. Nothing harsh enough to burn the leaves or anything like that. But this one used to be in the bathroom, the one without flowers. Wasn't getting as much light as the one that's now flowered again. So I have recently moved this to that east-facing window, and I'm hoping that it will get another flower spike and rebloom for me. I should also show what a flower spike looks like. So normally they say don't ever cut the flower spike unless it's dead. So you can see this stem is still pretty green. So the portion up here, it dried up and it was like a darker brown color, like this one right here. This is a dead flower spike, so I can cut that one off entirely. If you have a green portion with some dead dry material, you can cut that off. I'm hoping that eventually it'll rebloom from this flower spike. Sometimes they do get new growth from these nodes, but this one put out an entirely new flower spike. So there's the dead one way down in the orchid bark, and here is the new one, and it is now bloomed in the last maybe 2 weeks ago. And these flowers are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to take this one out, let that kind of drip dry, and then place it back in its saucer, put it back in a bright sunny area. And that is how I water the Phalaenopsis orchid. I use filtered tap water for my orchids. It's nothing special. I don't use distilled water or anything like that. And I know there's different methods. I've seen people put like ice cubes on the soil or on the medium and let it slowly drip down into the roots, but I don't do anything like that. I simply do what I did in today's video, just fill up that Tupperware container, just let it sit there and absorb the water and just let it kind of drip dry and then put it back in that spot. But I only use filtered water, and I think another substitute to that would be like rainwater or melted snow or something like that. But just make sure it's room temperature, nothing too cold that it'll shock these roots. Look at these nice big green chunky roots. Everything looks well watered. So I think that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it down in the comment section. Thanks again for watching my videos. I hope this helped you out with your orchids. I know they can be a little bit intimidating at first, but once you learn the basics about these plants, they're actually quite lovely and very easy to care for. So thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye.